In the searing heat of Lagos and the blazing sunshine of a Manchester afternoon, we say welcome to you to the big game of this weekend's fixtures. It's Man United up against Chelsea. We are Femi and the Gang, and we're streaming live on Facebook. You could join the conversation at Facebook. Look for Nigeria Info 99.3. We have kickoff. And just before we go into all the action and all the excitement, let's say welcome to everybody. Buchi is flanking me on the right. Good morning, Buchi. Good afternoon, Buchi.
Good afternoon, Femi. Nice to be here. Big match between United and Chelsea. Not just the match, also about the coaches Conte and Mourinho. Can't wait to keep it going, Femi.
Well, Bolaniwa is farthest to my left. How are you, Bola?
I'm doing great, Femi. And whenever you see me doing this, rubbing my palms, I'm getting ready for the big action at Old Trafford. The two most successful sides in the Premier League go head to head, and there can be only one winner. We hope to have a spectacle today, not a boring match with what we've seen so far for Jose Mourinho's side in some of the matches, of course. So we're looking forward to the big one, Super Sunday. The die is cast and the stage is set, ready to go.
So Buchi, then Bolaniwa, two B's and an F. I'm Femi, but nothing in this world like having beauty in the midst of beasts, really. So beauty comes your way courtesy of the adorable Olivia, who joins the broadcast.
Sylvia. It's okay. It happens.
It's allowed.
Yeah,
how are you doing, Sylvia?
I'm very good. I'm fired up for this one. There's a whole lot at stake going into this game, and we know what's at stake for the managers, for the teams. 3 points. I mean, there's just a little difference between Manchester United and Chelsea. They are going in for Champions League place before the end of the season. So we know that we should see an interesting game. We should see a tough fight between both sides.
Well, interesting game, tough fight between both sides. What else might we see on the afternoon? We'll be keeping our eyes peeled as regards how these two sides will choose to play today. And in doing that, I'd like to start off with this little sampler we always try to throw in there, just to give you context. Manchester United, their manager, Jose Mourinho, chooses this afternoon to make two changes from the side that drew goalless with Sevilla in the Champions League a couple of days ago, Wednesday to be precise. Paul Pogba is recalled to the starting lineup. He got to play for like 80 minutes in that one, but that was thanks to injury to Ander Herrera. So he starts today in this game for the injured Herrera, while Anthony Martial, who came on as a late substitute alongside Marcus Rashford, he gets to start for Juan Mata, who finds his place in the bench. For Chelsea, is two alterations as well, following their 1-1 draw with Barcelona in their last Champions League game. Antonio Conte gives Danny Drinkwater a start alongside N'Golo Kante in midfield. That is the way they are starting. But let's do a full look at the fixture to see who plays where, what, how, why, and all of that.
Well, very simple. When you look at the formation, especially for Manchester United, it looks like a 4-3-3 formation. Plenty have already been said about why Paul Pogba hasn't been playing up to the level we all expect. Many want him to play on the left side of the midfield. And looking at the formation today, that is the case. Paul Pogba is playing on the left side, while Scott McTominay is playing on the right. I'm so delighted for that man. Chelsea, as we see, with the early pressure, almost getting the first goal. That one was a close shave for Manchester United. And Femi, while you were talking, it's confidently being played here by Chelsea. Better side so far. I think they are trying to do something similar to what we saw Spurs do when they defeated Manchester United at Wembley Stadium. And today, it's a brilliant start from Chelsea. As we saw in the last few seconds, Morata almost getting the first goal, hit the bar, and the follow-up from Eden Hazard was well parried by David De Gea. So the formation looks similar, but Chelsea surely starting the brighter after just 4 minutes. It's still goalless at Old Trafford. United 0, Chelsea 0. But of course, like I was saying, Scott McTominay gets another nod to impress the manager. He has a lot to prove for some of the people who feel he hasn't done enough to be part of the first team of the club. But so far, I think the manager can be happy with the way he's fared.
All right. Comments already coming in. Send to National Lumide or Jegbeje says, see as that babe just serious. Talking about you, Sylvia.
It's a big game. It's a big game. And of course, we want to see something interesting. It has started very quickly. We've seen Chelsea with lots of chances to score a goal. And I'm anxious, and I'm enjoying it so far.
And Femi, looking at what Chelsea have done, you have to say this game will be entertaining. We know Mourinho likes to, at times cautious and wait for the break. So Chelsea have started so bright, attacking. It leaves the game open. Martial can run, Lukaku can run, and we have Sanchez who can also go forward when he pleases. So I think this will be a good game. It's already showing the signs. We just hope we get goals.
Well, they say good girls like bad boys. Here's a tweet or a Facebook comment, Bolaniwa. This guy, Okiowo Adekule, says, Bolaniwa, my girl likes you.
Sylvia, do you approve? Can they like me?
Oh, well, is it my place to say?
I'm putting you in that place.
Oh, wow.
Here's another good girl.
We'll talk behind the camera.
Here's another good girl sitting side by side with the baddest boy. Okay, Kingsley Bass, I pray my team wins. Up United. And from Michael Ayodele, hello guys. I really missed you. I missed Bolaniwa. Up Chelsea. Please, I'm unable to listen to Nigeria Info in Ibadan. That's because you are not online. You got to go online if you're listening here. Just check Nigeria. That's nigeriainfo.fm. Some people make the mistake. It's not nigeriainfo.com. It's nigeriainfo.fm, and you can stream live. Okay, you can have live audio or video. I'm sure the audio is lit. You can't miss any of that.
Video is litter.
Yeah, but I know our audio is crazy, and you have the opportunity of listening wherever you are. Bucci is looking different. He's messed with the hair, not the United goalkeeper. Not the hair. He's messed with his hair.
Femi is not messed. I don't think I messed.
You actually look finer.
Femi, I'm actually fine. You don't normally see. You don't see.
His eyes have been opened.
I'm fine every time, Femi. I'm born fine. I'm not handsome, Femi. I'm beautiful. Like we're expecting like a beautiful game. But Chelsea, Chelsea have definitely been the better team. Just 6 minutes played, them attacking so far. There was a run by that defender Rudiger. He just took responsibility and he was doing it. 6 minutes and we've seen some entertainment. Hopefully we'll get to see goals in this game. But from looking at both teams, I'm not really expecting goals. I'm really expecting don't call it boring, like a draw in this game, because we know what Conte normally does. When he plays the big boys, he goes defensive. Also for Mourinho. But looking at going back retrospect, you see the last match between this team at Old Trafford, and they're 2-0 to United. Very, very good game for United. We expected Chelsea to come in, but United shocked them, and that's what's scoring a very good goal. Femi, I just want entertainment. If it's boring, Femi, I will say it.
Femi, I'll be totally surprised if this game ends goalless with what I've seen so far. I think the players are out there to show why they are being paid a lot of money. And you look at the movement, the determination, the passion in them. You just have a feeling that they all want to prove a point. Not just the managers who have a personal hate for one another, even though they don't like to make it so public. But Antonio Conte would love to defeat Jose Mourinho's side today. Jose Mourinho would love to do something similar. So we're waiting and we're looking forward to better exchanges as we approach the 8-minute mark.
Well, I think what I've seen here, I don't see this Chelsea team as a team that's set up to be defensive, contrary to what Bucci said. I think this Chelsea team is a team that is ready to go. They want to get all 3 points, and they want to get it early. I think from Mourinho's lineup, he has set up his team to be defensive. You look at the players he has in the midfield, he has Paul Pogba, he has McTominay, and so on. He's not willing to go forward. The lineup from the get-go should have said has already made that statement clear. He's not ready to go forward. But Chelsea, of course, they have the likes of Willian, Eden Hazard, and Morata starting this game. If Chelsea wanted to be defensive, they wouldn't have played with an out-and-out striker. But obviously, they want to score. They've gone for it. The defenders are also attacking. We've seen a burst from Rudiger. We've seen Christensen going for it. And I would be surprised if this game ends goalless.
And of course, Femi, just to remind some of our listeners and viewers, I mean, like we've always done during the big matches, you don't only listen, you can also watch us live. So we're live on Facebook. You can tune in, follow, like the page Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3. Anywhere you are in the world, you can watch us live and you can also listen. Earlier today, we've seen Tottenham leave it late against Crystal Palace, winning by 1-0. Harry Kane decided to leave it late. Maybe not Tottenham leaving it late. So they've also gained more points on the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United.
All right, an opportunity for United. We've seen 9.5 minutes going on 10. It's United 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea are playing in their all blue, by the way, attacking the goal to our left. White shirts, white shorts, blue shorts and white socks. United, red shirt, white shorts and black socks. It's floated into the area. A chance. Kotoa comes, picks first time, and second time is okay. But in the end, it looked rather troubling. You wondered, however, how much precision was into that. It seemed it was going closer to a Chelsea head than a United. So 10 minutes of football. United 0, Chelsea 0. Where might this go?
Well, it's hard to say at this point. We've seen, teams dominate and fail to score and eventually lose. And we've seen situations where teams dominate and go on to win. We just can't say for now. But talking about the Chelsea team, they are still fresh from that amazing display against Barcelona. So close to winning that Champions League match. But Lionel Messi had other ideas in that game. Willian was a key factor in that game, and I think it started pretty brightly today. Drinkwater also gets a chance when Bakayoko is still unavailable for the Chelsea side. It's hard to say for now, but we expect plenty of action.
To the eternal glee of many Chelsea fans, they'd like Bakayoko to probably jump in the well or something.
I think I'm number one. I'm number one.
That's too harsh on Bakayoko.
Unfair to Bakayoko.
No, I think I'm being fair. No, it's about the team. You can support him, but you support him and let him get better. Because
so when does he get back into the Chelsea team?
When he's ready and good enough to.
How do you know he's ready?
What Drinkwater plays is better than what he plays when he's on the team. So how can you bench even David Luiz, playing David Luiz in that position? David Luiz, you do better than Bakayoko does in the team.
Are you serious?
Yes, absolutely. His mistakes are so basic that you find it difficult to forgive.
Well, I watch with open-eyed amazement as the young man Bakayoko won too many chances for Chelsea in early exchanges. However, Bucci, you're looking at this game. We've seen 11.5 going on 12 minutes here. And who's dominated the first 12?
For me, it's kind of 60-40. For me, I'll go with Chelsea. They started winning the first 6 minutes, but United have totally taken control. We see them getting them chances through set pieces. But it promises to be an entertaining match. I was a question the other time. Who do you think is going to win this match? For me, I'll definitely go with them with Chelsea because if you look at what they've done, they got a very good result against Hull City and give Barcelona a run for their money. I wasn't really expecting Chelsea to go big time against Barcelona. But Messi just made it look like I'm the best. You can't really come and dominate me, and that's what Chelsea did. That's what Barcelona did. But I expect Chelsea to do well. I think Conte has a point to prove also. Remember, he lost it a little bit when he was doing the mind game with Mourinho, and he forgot about his team. Right now, it's time for him to prove that he's still in control.
Okay, interesting stuff here. Chelsea look for an opportunity. I've never seen Sylvia this animated.
Victor Moses, come on! It took so long on the ball.
Well, she says Victor Moses, but perhaps the two men with the most attention on the day will be Alvaro Morata and of course Romelu Lukaku. For much of last season or last summer, not even the season, in the transfer window, it appeared Lukaku would be the one at Stamford Bridge and Morata would be at Old Trafford. But things changed and Morata instead is at Stamford Bridge. Lukaku instead is at Old Trafford. Chelsea with a chance. Hazard goes wide. Victor Moses can cross. He's got options there, but he decides to go for the near post. It's cleared off. Chelsea still has it. N'Golo Kante is awesome in midfield. Yeah, but offside is the positioning that Victor Moses took. The referee's assistant to that far right flagged him.
Well, Femi, I just thought of something actually. Since I've been born or watching football matches, I've never seen Chelsea play in a different jersey other than blue against United, and I've never seen United play in any color other than red against Chelsea. I'm saying this because I saw Arsenal play against Östersund on Thursday night, and they decided to wear the away jersey at the Emirates Stadium, but the colors never clash, so it's easy for them to always go for blue and go for red. Because Arsenal played with the away strip. Last time.
The visiting team had their two jerseys clashing with their home.
That kind of incident has never happened between United and Chelsea. So we've never seen the two teams play in a different color other than red for United and blue for Chelsea, whether it's at Stamford Bridge or at Old Trafford.
Femi, you asked the question about Morata was supposed to be a United and Lukaku or Chelsea. But the problem is both set of fans still complain about the two strikers. Morata have been named wrong in Morata. Missed Morata. Why United fans are complaining about Lukaku? Nobody will.
Some would say, I mean, if you look at it professionally, both men have been okay.
Not okay, Femi. I need to break the tie.
Relatively
okay. Do you know how I break the tie?
None of them have been an unqualified success.
But Femi, when you want to look at the records and the figures, Lukaku has had a better season. He scored 20 goals in all competitions. Morata hasn't even come close. So they are both useless. In quotes.
I wouldn't say so. I think they're just okay. They've not been spectacular.
Maybe it's a harsh word to say they're useless, but I think they can do better, the two players.
I think they could do better. I mean, a good number of Chelsea fans would say that they're happy with Morata. They would like to have him. We've seen him show up.
Chelsea fans haven't forgiven Morata for those misses against Arsenal.
That was just a couple of games.
Your best strikers will miss glorious chances. It's part of football.
When you have three in the same match,
it happens.
You just say he had a bad game.
I mean, if they're complaining about that, United fans should have ganged up and killed Lukaku. But it's just that different Stevens. Just as I was saying, it turned out that in the end, Manchester United couldn't agree a fee with Real Madrid for Morata, and then Jose Mourinho and United took advantage of all that foot dragging and got Lukaku instead. Plenty of heat, and it caused a lot of tension both for the teams.
I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to be nice. You see, Lukaku, Morata, Lacazette, they should be ashamed of themselves. When they all moved, we all expected them to set the Premier League on fire. But guess who is setting the Premier League on fire? Salah, Mo Salah. Nobody expected Salah to light up the league.
First of all,
Salah is my player of the season.
He doesn't have as much pressure as he has as other strikers in these other clubs, apart from Arsenal, of course. I mean, that's a different ball game entirely. But when you talk about Morata, don't forget this is the very first time he's playing as a number one striker. I mean, and talking about the Premier League, which is very physical. We've seen he has built up his body and all that to be more physical. His confidence as well. Initially when he started, he was scoring goals, banging in goals. But as soon as the goals started drying up, the criticism set in, and I mean, it seemed like it was too heavy for him. He started having invisible back pain and all that, and of course his wife got pregnant and all sorts of things. So I think he should just give him, I don't know what gave him waist pain.
Well, this game is covered live and loud by our friends.
Let me see your people that are fighting in front of the camera. They're laughing at one another. See this camp,
No, it's part of the entertainment.
This camera is
having a conversation. Well, free kick for Chelsea. Willian will take. It looks like a good position. Every player is outside the box. Morata is farthest to the goalkeeper. You feel he'll track himself in just. Alonso, it will seem almost running in that position. It's a redhead that gets to it first, and I mean redhead in terms of the shirts, not in terms of our dearly beloved feminine one. Sylvia is no redhead.
She's blue head.
Femi, can I just say something?
Okay.
To show how let's not forget how important this game is for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because we know within the next 2 weeks they have big games to play. They played Barcelona. They're running with the boost. They're trying to win against Manchester United, and they have the next game against Manchester City. They play against Crystal Palace, which is a derby. Don't forget, these are the guys that defeated them the first leg, despite being bottom of the league, and they hadn't scored any goal. They hadn't gotten any points. Exactly, the first win of the season. And then they play Barcelona again, so they have a tough run of games lined up. So they're running with the boost they had against Barcelona. If they drop points or lose in this game, it's going to affect them psychologically. So I feel they know what's at stake in terms of this game.
Well, interesting stuff. Our friends at the BBC asked the fans for their combined starting 11 for this team. Starting 11 featuring both United and Chelsea players. Over 65,000 people voted, and in the end, this was the official all-star team from this side. It featured 6 Man U players, and 5 Chelsea players. De Gea in goal. In defense, Azpilicueta and Bailly in central defense. I was surprised to find Azpilicueta in central defense.
Yes, he should be there.
Voted.
That's number one defender.
Yes, right now
for the two teams.
Right
That's
now,
number one.
in central
Okay,
defense. Central
Yeah,
defense.
they had to find the place to put him.
Valencia was voted and pushed to the right. Alonso was to the left. In midfield, N'Golo Kante and Willian for Chelsea. Paul Pogba and Alexis Sanchez for Man United. Up front, Eden Hazard and Lukaku. No space for Morata.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Based on the goals.
I agree with that totally. For me, Femi, I think Lukaku be getting like criticism for me. He doesn't really deserve. I think he has scored enough goals this season. The problem is his total gameplay. No, he's not there. But sometimes the work of a striker is to score goals, not to do total gameplay. Just give him goals. For me, I think Lukaku has done his job. I think the criticism he gets sometimes is so unfair.
Well, we'll know soon enough. Just a sound check to ensure our friends are live in that stadium. Not right now.
They can't be live.
They're doing stuff.
Okay.
Meeting. Yeah. Well, neither Bucci nor Sylvia will understand what that means.
I understand that. I understand that. For me, I understand Yoruba.
What does it?
I understand Yoruba.
Yeah.
Okay, say it again.
You said don't be tribalistic.
I said Ipade Igbimo. Even Bolaniwa will not be able to translate it.
I know Ipade that I mentioned.
What
Igbimo is like VIPs.
Tell us
like
now.
it means committee.
Yeah,
It's committee
Ipade
meeting.
means meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Committee meeting.
Yes, committee meeting.
Yeah, exactly, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, eh?
Even my own Yoruba has a limit.
No, your Yoruba has Yoruba.
Yeah, it's just the Lagos Yoruba. If you want to see the real Yoruba, I can't deal.
All right, interesting stuff. Chelsea will still be shaving possession in this game. We are just approaching the halfway point in the first half, which will be 22 and a half minutes. We are just entering into the 22nd. And that's the way it is. Free kick for Chelsea. It's on the right. Willian is standing over this one. It's close to the throwing flag. The referee's assistant standing there. But look at the Man United defense. A good long line. And in the end, it's cleared off that line. It did seem perhaps like Nemanja Matic who got a leg to it.
Femi, just 22 minutes in, and you can like pinpoint 2 Chelsea players and be crucial here. Kante and also that man they call William. I think he has played so well in this game. Poor, always moving the ball. Once the ball, his directness matters a lot. I remember when his season started, he wasn't really playing so well. William was kind of frustrating, but right now, I think the manager believed in him and he's playing so well. He scored 2 goals against Hull City in the FA Cup, and also scored a fantastic goal against Barcelona after he was doing the crossbar challenge. And right now, he's doing the job here at United. For me, William is a very, very, very good player. This player sometimes they don't really get the accolades it deserves. For me, I'm just here to like praise these players that deserve the accolades.
You said the manager lost faith. There was a time his performance wasn't good enough.
It was horrible.
It was bad. He was losing passes and losing possession.
But the manager came faith. You see, like if he wasn't playing, he normally comes from the bench.
Yes.
He was still playing to like regain it. So manager doesn't they don't play at all.
No.
Zikadi and Matic, two former teammates, former teammates. They play with one another like you be with the train together. That kind of thing.
Can we just take a minute and talk about how Alexis Sanchez is suffering in this Manchester United team?
Suffering? Suffering in one way.
He doesn't get to play his style of
Is it the one
football.
suffering them or he's suffering? No, who is this right each other?
No, now you saw how he performed at Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal's style of play suits him better than Manchester United.
He can adapt.
Man, you hardly even have possession in that front forward line.
If they are paying you that kind of money, you adapt anywhere.
I'm not talking about money now.
Yeah,
If you pay me the money, and I go die for that.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a professional footballer, but Arsenal's playing style suits me better than Manchester United.
It suits everybody.
And I'm not just talking about Manchester United under Mourinho. Arsenal's style in the past decade has been perhaps the easiest football style for any footballer in England.
And Femi, do you know, I was having a discussion.
Where the ball works for you.
I was having a discussion with Sharafa before the Formula 1 show today, and I'm like, okay, Mourinho, we know him for who he is. He likes to be pragmatic at times, cautious approach, safety first before you can attack. For Jurgen Klopp, he doesn't look at safety. He just wants to score and outscore you. And I was beginning to, try to see the difference between the two managers, and this is what I think. Mourinho may not be the most entertaining or set his team out to entertain and score lots of goals. But I keep saying something. When managers are judged, they are judged by what they achieve at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If Jurgen Klopp scores 1,000 goals this season and doesn't win a trophy, is a failure according to the directors. If he wins a trophy, that's Jose Mourinho at the end of the season with this boring football, is a success. So the board members will judge the managers and the managers will judge their players. So the players owe the manager whatever explanation, and the board, the owners of the club, will judge the manager. So at the end of the day, it's still about your own position. For Jose Mourinho, he wants to keep his job based on what he wins at the end of the season,
the target,
and he has a priority to get his players to achieve what he wants to achieve, to remain on the job. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I understand what
so
you're
at the end
saying.
of the season, if he doesn't win a trophy, he's under pressure from the management. Like, how come 4 competitions you didn't win anything? But if he wins one, even though they know he can do better, they let him stay because there's success on the pitch.
Well, at the end of the day, it boils down to what target your club sets for you. There are some
As
clubs,
long as you meet it.
some clubs that for them is the top, don't be relegated. For some others, it's been the top 10. Klopp said last week that he doesn't get the pressure of winning the league from his club. So for him, probably as long as they qualify for the
That's why he
Champions
can afford
League.
to attack.
Exactly.
Well,
So it differs. It differs for clubs. That's the way it is basically.
all right, Sylvia, just listen to the Man United fans cheer at Old Trafford today. There's plenty of noise from the United fans trying to egg this United side on, but here they come. They've got opportunities on the left. Ashley Young supplies, misses everybody. Lukaku turns, takes a block. Rudiger ensuring no harm is done. Thibaut Courtois coming to collect. 26 minutes. United 0, Chelsea 0.
And Femi, I'm trying to look at the weaknesses in the two sides. For me, the weakness at Manchester United is Chris Smalling. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Smalling for me will always be a weak link in the defense of United. But what about the Chelsea side? Christensen has to be the weak link. Even though he's now getting the experience he needs, the potential is there. But when you're young, you are always vulnerable to making mistakes. And that's where I think the two teams may decide to explore. Smalling for me has always been shaky, and it leaves the questions why Eric Bailly, who is back from his injury spell, is not playing. He was on the bench in the last game in the FA Cup, came on for a few minutes, didn't start against Sevilla, and today against Chelsea, one of the big games of the season, he still doesn't get a place in the starting 11.
Well, Man United fans chanting, "We'll do what we want." And yes, they can score now!
Alexis Sanchez.
Absolutely ridiculousness here.
Sanchez don't scam man you.
No,
What was he waiting for?
That
Femi?
was clearly United's first goal. Open goal.
Why did he control? Why did he control? Similar to what he did against Newcastle.
Yes.
Exactly. Why did he control? I think he would have just shoot immediately. Defenders were there. There was no more space to work with. Just make the goalkeeper work, and he tried controlling the ball. He did that against Newcastle, which was very, very frustrating. And he's doing it again today. I think in this game, you have to take your chances when you get them, because those chances might not be coming every time. Sanchez has to be very, very careful.
But Chelsea are coming now. Victor Moses, the hair goes down early. A shot from range, quick response.
Femi, that was poor actually from Alexis Sanchez. Arguably the best chance of the match. Anthony Martial did a good job, found Alexis, and first time you don't control balls like that. He
Even
controlled.
if he did control.
He still had a chance.
The first.
No, he didn't expect the ball.
Well,
He
well,
skilled it.
I think it was caught off balance though.
Yes.
I mean, looking at the replay, it wasn't
off
balanced. So he had to control it. So yeah, you can
Well,
let
that's
that
the
one slide.
difference. That's the difference between a striker and a regularly scoring midfielder. It's different. That's
Totally different.
You know, traditional strikers, they're burying that
Anyway,
10 times out of 10.
No time. There's no time to
Just
check time.
poke it in.
Femi used to call it Bunu when I was a professional footballer. With the Bunu, how many years? When I was a professional footballer.
Some people are professional, but they're not professional.
No, we
Which
used to
one?
professional footballer. I used to play football. Don't worry.
Well,
Bunu anyhow.
Yeah,
well,
before we go
just
to
let it
Facebook,
go.
somebody asked a question. He wanted to know who is who from the visuals we have on Facebook.
Yeah, so let's tell
I'll quickly help
Raise
you.
your hand.
The man in green, Femi Daniels.
That's me.
He's saying hi to the camera. Femi, this is your camera. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Say hi to the camera.
How are you guys?
And Femi is flanked by Sylvia Ikeji. She's wearing an Atletico Madrid jersey.
Show it.
Which
Show
makes
it.
me
Let
like
us
her
see
the
it.
more because I also support Atletico. So we're on the same page in Spain. On Femi's
There's
right,
love in the air.
is Gucci wearing the Arsenal jersey. And yeah, I'm the one saying hi now. I'm wearing the Monaco jersey. I support Monaco as well. So you can see it's FedCom and it's implement AS Monaco for life. So there you have it. These are the guys in the studio, and we'll be doing this till 5 p.m. Do not forget, there's a final to look forward to today between Man City and Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Yes, that one should be. Yeah, it should be a friendly final actually. It should be tough. Arsenal love the Wembley Stadium. City are the best team in the land. Can they go on and deliver a fourth trophy under Pep Guardiola? A lot to look forward to later today. Which is the big game today? Chelsea, United, Arsenal, City.
Who cares about Carabao Cup? We care and all of that, but not many people care that much. But it's interesting because one of these sides will be picking a trophy for the season at the end of it. So that is big when you look at it. It's a cup final. Man United with a chance for a first goal here. We've seen a yellow card to N'Golo Kante. Well, there was some pushing, shoving and hugging and kissing he was trying to do with Paul Pogba. The referee didn't like that very much. Here comes Chelsea with the break. Willian can run on everybody. Finds Hazard. There's just one man in front of him. He turns, try to open with
my goodness!
First for Chelsea.
Concept break! Amazing stuff! Amazing!
Go.
Yes! Everyone is not smiling.
Of course, I am smiling. I want to tweet.
It was a nice goal at least, though.
I remember I praised William for citing the goal he scored against All City and also against Barcelona, and he's not doing the game against Manchester United.
Amazing.
And he's a player that has been reborn because, like I said, he wasn't playing well at the start of the season, but right now his confidence level is so high. I remember against Barcelona where he was bleeding and he was still playing well. Talking about that break, fantastic from Hazard, just making that off turn and was flying through ball. I would call that one. Don't forget the pass for the corner. That one I play football. But that was a fantastic win for Chelsea.
A whole lot of defensive blunder. I can't say for a certainty. It did look like Nemanja Matic. He was with Willian. Willian started this thing off between himself and Victor Moses. He ran, found Eden Hazard, and he was alone. There was a United player on him. It did look like Nemanja Matic. When he started his run, he was left entirely alone. And you wonder what that defender was trying to do. There was already two people on Hazard. The man marking Willian was going to go and join them and become a third party. And when Hazard opened up the play between the two Manchester United, Willian was all alone. I thought he could have squared it for Morata. If he had missed that, it would have been a bad miss. But it's United 0, Chelsea 1.
In as much as I don't like blaming for individual errors, for this one I think it's totally on Davide here. He was beaten at his near post. I think he should have done better there. Brilliant. You just have to admire the way Eden Hazard found Willian. And just like Femi said, Willian could have squared for Morata, who would have been one-on-one. But Davide here anticipated the cross and got beaten on his near post. So this one is on Davide here. But you have to look at what Hazard did there. The break was good. Vision was too perfect, and he found Willian, who is arguably Chelsea's best player, with what I saw against Barcelona in the Champions League. And Chelsea, you have to say deservedly, have the lead at Old Trafford, meaning we will have plenty of action, drama to go down to the Old Trafford. It's already sparked to life.
Well, can we just say, you blame David here, but the truth is, what Chelsea did there was actually intelligent play. What Morata being in the other position was actually a diversion, and being the experienced goalkeeper, he
shouldn't be beaten there.
Being the goalkeeper he has to be in a position whereby, had it been the ball was crossed, he should be able to move to cover that angle. So, I mean, how many goalkeepers will actually save that chance? Two players, one actually being a diversion and the other taking the chances. So it could happen to anybody. The guy is actually probably the best goalkeeper currently in the world. So I mean, he deserves some excuse.
He was beaten on his near side, but I couldn't blame him. The defending was poor for United. Here Chelsea come again. Victor Moses can't find the pass. It's Paul Pogba who breaks the play and tries to launch a counter-offensive. Christensen gets to it first. It's indeed was I think Aspilicueta has pushed a little further Christensen is at the heart of that defense alongside Rudiger. The Chelsea defender suspect. Alonso comes into the United box. This could spell danger. He goes for it with his weaker right foot. And it's gone high and wide. 35 minutes. United 1. United 0. Chelsea 1.
Yeah, we've called it. Yeah. You know you normally do this. So expect a United equalizer very soon.
The small team win.
When you mention United will score 1 at some point.
The small team win when you do the commentary. Right now, who is the small team? Who is the big team? Honestly, don't know.
Chelsea are the champions.
Okay.
We won't talk about who is the fourth now.
Chelsea are the champions.
We'll talk about who is the fourth now. We are the underdogs.
Chelsea are the champions of England. You want us to take your right?
That was last season.
Your position.
So that's the big team.
We don't have a new winner yet. Chelsea can still win it this year. City haven't won it.
Indeed. Can I just say criticize Manchester United's defense? I think they've been very, very poor. Polarinwa talked earlier about Smalling being the weakling. I wonder why Mourinho decided to keep Bailly on the bench despite the fact that he's back from injury. Smalling is poor. He's not good enough. And now his partnership with Lindelof, right?
Yeah, Lindelof.
Lindelof has not been the best. I mean, we know he has his moments and all that. I don't think it's the best defensive partnership that Mourinho has put out there.
Interesting stuff. Let's take some of your comments on Facebook. Pretty Studio, April 19, KM Aro Jobe says, and Jameson Atsu Tosu Senior says, "Oh Shay, my darling Chelsea." He tweets, Shane Abraham says, will Sanchez be a plus or a minus for Man United? Time will tell. Denko Steve goes, Femi and his
Cabal,
I guess he meant to write. You guys are too much. Please, I love that girl. Give her to me.
Come collect.
Ewunama.
Come on now. There's no harm in it now.
That is to go away is a Mustang. Chris Ukegwe says, I love you guys. Femi and Buche, enjoy you guys, but I love Bolarinwa. Chelsea will win by 2-1 from Chris Igwe 1. First timer up blue.
Welcome.
He says, well, Cynthia, why are you saying? Will
you keep quiet?
Okay. The mayor says, man, you they sleep. Call Daddy Freeze to wake them up. Dinas Kamar Emia Bata says, nice one, guys. See Buchi Bele. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Working for
it. Big boy, you just don't know.
I'm working on
it. Biggest, baddest boy. Opatola Emmanuel, he's not the best. The best being Ter Stegen. It says he's probably arguably. I'm not sure. It's debatable between Ter Stegen and De Gea. I do know that they are amongst the very best goalkeepers.
David De Gea is better than Ter Stegen
right now. You cannot say for a certainty. I think it's safer to say they are one of the best.
The goalkeeper I think that should be compared to David De Gea now is Manuel Neuer.
What about Oblak? Yeah, Oblak just considered close like 9 or 10 goals in La Liga this season.
Manuel Neuer, I wouldn't even reach Ter Stegen with Manuel Neuer right now. The only person I can rate with Manuel Neuer is De Gea, if you ask me. Presently, with the era of the Buffons and the Casillas is gone. Okay, more from you guys. Ayinola Moses Dele, good day guys. It is good seeing you live. That is the best thing in radio broadcasting as for now. Viva Femi and the gang, we appreciate you.
Forever.
Onyebuchi Ogbona says up Chelsea, Dubai all the way.
Oh, you're watching from Dubai?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oscar. I mean Chelsea 2 while Man United 1. Let me see what else is there. That is worthwhile.
Someone is watching on Japan, Chukuma.
Could you give us that message?
Chukuma, Gozie Chukuma. He said he's watching from Japan.
Okay.
Respect to him, Japan.
Okay, AYZIO says, Femi, I want Chelsea to win because Alex left. And April 19, KMRO Jobe says this.
And Lukaku equalizes for Manchester United.
And it's 1-1. Femi called it. And it's here.
I told you, Femi has that jinx. He calls it most times.
He has the ball.
Femi, stop calling it.
So it's 1-1, and game on. It's some animation here in the studio. Ola is happy. So is Tunde, who was pretending to be working.
Tunde came to meet me first. He said, it's actually going to beat us like this. I said, no worry. We will win.
Romelu Lukaku.
Good one for Manchester.
Sanchez started
this is a striker.
And Lukaku then finally got the ball, played it alongside Matic. Matic then found Martial, who found Lukaku. Alonso was all over him a little too late. Couldn't do anything to stop it. Thibaut Courtois beaten. United won, Chelsea won.
For me, I think that was a good build-up goal for United. Alexis was involved. He had the ball passed to Martial, and Martial passed it to Lukaku. And what a fantastic finish from Lukaku. Players that have been criticized so far this season, and Lukaku stepped up. Fantastic finish against his former club also. United they have not been playing so well in this game, but the most important thing is the goal, and they got it. Good game. I was expecting like a boring game, but right now it's not boring at all.
And you know, it was evident when the game started. I have thought that we'll see goals in this game, because I mean it was a good start, especially for Chelsea, but it leaves it open. Counter-attack has always been Mourinho's tactics in most football matches. When he has pacey midfielders, I remember Angel Di Maria at Real. It blossomed so much under Jose Mourinho because he likes to attack. When he's doing safety first, he gets a chance to break and scores, and most times when he scores, he locks up shop, and if you give him the opportunity, he goes further and scores more goals. But this game, we're not going to see so many chances. If mistakes are made, you will be punished, and we've seen it already, especially for Chelsea with that equalizer. United just rode their luck, eventually fell to Lukaku on his favorite foot, and he couldn't miss. Put United back into the game. So yeah, maybe the first half is almost completed, but trust me, Chelsea can score.
Well, opportunity. Alonso perhaps with the final second goal. Well, Eden Hazard should have made it 2-1 for Chelsea. 40 minutes of football, now 41, 1-1 between these two sides. It's hard to really understand what happened. There's somebody on the floor. It did seem it was Morata.
Yes.
There was
early.
Yeah, it did seem like Chelsea would stop play, but all of a sudden play continued, and the United backline caught flat-footed.
Femi.
Hazard should have scored, found Alonso. Alonso was totally crowded, and in the end an opportunity wasted.
Chelsea are playing like Arsenal, and I know I'm saying this. This is the kind of pass you see Arsenal play. All those slide passes when on your blind side. I mean, look at that pass. You wouldn't have seen it coming. A pass that divides the center defenders. And that's what Chelsea are doing. If they continue to do this, trust me, they'll keep creating chances and they could score. So, I mean, like I've said, the weak link for United is Smalling. Just forget about Lindelof. Smalling, for me, a brilliant defender, but he makes too many mistakes. And you're playing against another top side. These sides are ready to punish you. If you do it against Huddersfield, no disrespect. You do it against Brighton. You do it against Newcastle. You may not be punished as many times as possible, but when you do it against a Chelsea side, punishment is going to be your first name.
Your portion.
You know, and that's what we've seen so far in this one. Well, it's been a good game. We haven't been disappointed. No way boring. United Chelsea.
Well, here come Chelsea from their line, trying to create something. They must be disappointed that advantage has been surrendered. Marcos Alonso on the left side of their half. They're forced back now to Rudiger, who finds Christensen, who's trying to go into an advanced position, but here they come now. More interesting, Danny Drinkwater. He's got Eden Hazard to his right. Eden Hazard goes down. The referee gives the free kick. It's in a good area. Nemanja Matic, the culprit on this occasion, seems to have taken a bit of a bruising on the right knee there, Eden Hazard. Look at it again. The pass came from Danny Drinkwater. Just a slight shove, but they already had momentum. These things do happen in the game. So free kick to Chelsea in a good position. We've seen Willian deliver to great effect from this position. We've seen him score from this sort of positions before. Everybody in red is pulled back to defend this. Willian, he goes for the feint. Finally supplies his too close to the goalkeeper. Takes a touch. Morata couldn't do much.
Chelsea will score.
Well, he certainly should have scored.
Chelsea will score another goal.
But he's let United lose on this one. Here comes Pogba. He's slow on the ball, but quite clever. Here they come United. Martial looking for Lukaku, who gets upended. Chelsea get the ball. It's Willian who runs at the defense again. Runs at everybody. Leaves them in the cold. But he's got Nemanja Matic shielding it. On that occasion, it would seem
it's McTominay.
McTominay, the young lad, ensuring
academy product,
ensuring that United at least keep some respectability, especially when they have some defending to do.
And Femi, we can finally say Lukaku can score in the big matches. He doesn't score in the big
Second
matches.
goal.
Yeah.
Second goal.
Who would have thought we'll be able to say it someday?
Yeah, finally we can say it's Romelu Lukaku. Even though I feel he can do. I think he does more or better for the national team of Belgium than Manchester United. I mean, he was granting an interview some weeks back, and he says people forget I'm 24. I'm yet to actually hit that peak. So give me that time, give me that chance, and trust me, I'll be a better player. Yes, I know you get better with games and experience, but when you play for a club like Manchester United, trust me, you are going to be judged on a weekly basis. In fact, you are going to be judged twice a week. Because there'll be Champions League football at times.
Multiple history of 24-year-olds who are already dominating world football.
Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, Wayne Rooney, for example. So he needs to start scoring, and he better start doing it more.
Well, here come United now. Martial.
Good marking.
You know.
That was good defending from Victor.
Yeah, in the end, Martial was waiting for that. It was actually Young on the left. Martial waiting.
Caballero.
And
2 minutes.
And Pedro.
Will this game go into penalty shootouts? Because we know his job to save penalties.
Here come Chelsea. The ball has continued to alternate between these two sides, but United have a good chance. Sanchez is a little too high, but Martial brings it down. Certainly, this should be offside
for sure.
But Martial was in an advanced position. It's
offside.
That was amateurish from Tony Martial.
20 cover football.
Exactly, that's 20 cover football. How do you stay offside at that point? You need to go back. You should watch the last man. And I mean, even if he had gotten close to that ball, the assistant referee was always going to flag for offside. So it's almost half-time. Trust me, this one has been so entertaining between United and Chelsea, and we're looking forward to more. Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, two adversaries going head to head, and we've seen them laugh at each other in today's game. I was a bit surprised. I was expecting animations and gesticulations and stuff, but they haven't done it today, and it seems they could have just buried the hatchet. The two managers deciding to be friends after words. I don't want to have a Mourinho-like season. You want me to act crazy or act like a clown? He's always going to be a little man, and I've never been suspended for match fixing. These were jibes, but of course they've decided to stop talking, and I'm sure the two managers would have gotten strong warnings from the club. I'm sure United especially would not want a situation where the manager is the headline on a daily basis. They need to always make sure it's about the football, the players, and nothing more.
Well, the Chelsea have been much quicker to the loose balls and far more imaginative to find spaces. They would be feeling hard done by that they are not going into the dugout and the lead here. Nemanja Matic has been very cruel on Eden Hazard. The referee has ended all the shenanigans though, and sent us to the halftime zone, where there will be much to talk about and much to analyze. But that has been the main talk of this big game here. United versus Antonio Conte. They will be content with a sharing of the spoils at halftime. The Chelsea skipper Azpilicueta having something to complain about. Jose Mourinho looking stone-faced and stone-cold on this occasion. Not much to cheer considering his side's performance. But it's half-time at Old Trafford. Man United 1, Chelsea 1.
Femi The Gang people, they make sports look like say you dey inside stadium. My name is Oke Bakasi. Keep listening to Femi and The Gang for the best in sports on Nigerian Info.
up, y'all? It's V Money from Tanzania, and you're cooling with Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info.
With Neil McCann at Anfield for Liverpool against Stoke City in the Premier League.
We return, and we are covering all things football on the afternoon. So good to be with you. Femi and the Gang. Paula is here, Bichi's here, I'm here, and so is the delectable Sylvie. It's just full of that precious metal. You know, you have to turn it the other way around. Yes,
precious metal.
Yeah, and to think that we bounced her to one side with Bola. Let them. What I don't understand, what I don't understand is why both of them are not in their team jerseys. Are you so disappointed with your teams? You can't.
No,
your team jerseys.
I've won too many. I have so many United jerseys. Of course, I have to wear other club jerseys as well.
Yeah,
it's just a
coincidence.
coincidence.
United are playing.
Yeah, just a coincidence. I mean, Sylvia is not wearing a Chelsea jersey as well.
You can't answer for me. Let me answer for myself.
Okay, why are you not wearing a Chelsea jersey?
What you said.
Okay.
Just apply it to Chelsea.
Femi, there's a comment here that just cracked me up from Nana. I hope that's the way it's pronounced. It says, that baby is distracting me.
You want to get distracted?
Actually, how do you watch a football match when the fine lady is just seated by your side?
Well, what the heck is the game is not interesting enough. You watch something else.
I've always said this. I mean, when I'm watching a football match, nobody can distract me.
Like seriously,
nobody, even if you are the goddess of the world.
It depends.
I would.
What if it's money? What is the bag of dollars?
My money is everything.
You put it under your bed.
It's a lie.
But money is tempting, sure. I remember not watching the football match because I had to go hustle. the hustle big. I say, oh no, this boy no go bring me money. I go watch highlights. I had to hustle.
What's it go happen?
Exactly.
Woman go distract her. I like woman. They go distract me while they watch match. They go distract me.
But if it's easy for me to decide to watch a football match than any other thing. That's just the way I say it, because football is just, apart from the fact that we do it for leisure, for fun, it's also a job. You don't want to come on the radio and some question that I asked and you can't even answer because you haven't seen the football match. So basically, it's all encompassing when it comes to watching football match and also running commentaries, just like what we're doing today.
Okay, the second 45 is waiting. It's an opportunity for us to hear from you guys at home. Share your thoughts. Would like to hear it. Will somebody please tell Buchi to leave my mouse, more like my mice.
Before you go
multiple
to
multiple mouse.
Before we go to the 4 lines, I don't waiting for the second hour, but some games just kicked off in the LPFL.
Yep.
The local leagues, most of the games are kicking off at the same time. Also, be giving update on those and also the game going on.
Okay, so let's hear from you guys. Share your thoughts. Let's know.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Hello, good afternoon.
Football without violence.
No wahala. Yeah,
Good
thank
afternoon.
you. How are you? Okay.
Thank you.
Respect.
Appreciate it. We're also streaming it live on Facebook. If you could, Nigeria Info 993 on Facebook. You can't miss it. Ah, yeah, my brother. Yes, I know. So you can't do Facebook today, but I understand. Well done. Okay, fantastic. All right. Yeah. Who cares things in the land? We'll talk about that later. Let's go back and see who else we got here. Hello. Good evening. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Well done.
Lady, welcome.
Hi.
What is my name?
Princess, can you talk out, Princess? We know they hear you talk.
You never
Speak
shop.
up.
You don't.
Man, you remember our princess? We used to have one princess, a
Is it
regular
princess?
caller. Yeah.
Or queen.
We had princess too, a long time ago.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
No problem, princess.
Yeah, first time of calling. Oh yeah,
first time call.
clap for her, clap for her, clap for her.
We'll play you Lady Gaga
Welcome,
applause.
welcome.
Laba, welcome.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Louder,
Oh, yeah.
louder,
Oh, yeah.
louder,
Oh, yeah. We don't hear.
Louder, please.
Bye bye. Aha, good girl.
You didn't say why. Hi there.
Maybe
Talk
she's
to us.
Chelsea.
Hello? Nope. Yeah, finally.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Under this kind of hot sun, you are sounding like this. Come on, cheer up, man. You're the first time caller. We need to applaud you. Thank you very much for calling us first time. Did you say your name was James? Okay. Appreciate it.
That is the man of the people.
Taken. Hi there. Anybody home? Evening to you. Okay. Welcome, brother. Mm. Mm. Okay, thank you very, very much. Let's see who we got here. Is this Musbah from Mushi? Hey, oh dear.
Marry me.
Yeah.
I told you now. Femi called it. He always calls it, and he doesn't do it intentionally. On a mistake, and it can happen.
Okay.
It has to happen by mistake. It can't work. He has to no be like. No, if I work like
if
that.
I say 3-1, you know who they home. United will beat you 3-1 once I say
It
it.
no go even work. You don't know what's up.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Kudos to you too.
You know, as a kid, everybody thought something was wrong with me.
Why?
Because if there was anything, they used to say, and I couldn't understand it. They used to say, if I said something, that thing would happen. As a kid, I didn't understand it.
Prophesizing into my life now.
I couldn't.
Mistakenly.
I just couldn't know. I remember once, we had this. Our home was full of grass and shrubs at the back, so we used to have rabbits and snakes and grass cutters. So Dad had a big cage. I caught a grass cutter, something like that. It was, or a rabbit, I can't quite remember. And I was like, let it go. I was actually let the thing go. And we're like, let what go? Meat. Bush meat. Yeah. So I was like, and I told my dad, I said, that thing's going to hurt you if you don't let it go. It almost bit my dad's finger off. Yes. Yes.
That's some witchcraft.
Yeah.
You foresee
the and again, the most painful one, affected the life. And I was five. I was like 5 years old. And Dad wasn't around, and my younger brother was ill, and as small as I was just crying, take him to the hospital. Now we had a medical family friend who came around and was taking, because my dad was not around. So I was telling my mom, go to the hospital, and I was upset that man was, as small as I was, I just said, go to the hospital. So they sent for my dad. As soon as my dad came, my dad was just like, hospital, let's forget all these things you guys are doing. And again, now I don't remember saying it that much, but for many years, the family used to say it. That as small as I was like, I said it was too late. And my brother didn't come. My brother didn't come home. And if there was anything to be said, if I just wanted to hold on, before you talk. Please don't say anything negative about this matter
before it comes to
I
pass.
think that's a gift, and you should be taken more seriously.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Femi just talks. I go pick million tomorrow.
I beg you, see bad thing for me, not tell.
No, nobody. Even God doesn't use his gift that recklessly.
Exactly. Femi, there's a comment here that just I saw the message and I'm like, I have so many answers. This one is from Ahmedin Mohammed, and he says he's watching from Somalia. And the question is, what do you do for Somalia?
We are for Somalia.
Mogadishu. What do you do for Mogadishu?
Prince Okafo is watching from the Philippines. Are you going to ask him what he's doing? Or Lasode or live watching live from New York? Are you going to ask him what he's doing?
New York is the York.
It's all yoked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the second half of this game. We are bouncing and we are good to go. Tunde is on the ground. Henry is doing his job. Amazing guys.
Mention the Organimo.
Kolakbo is probably lounging. Last time I saw him, he had hand luggage. I made that up.
You can go give them credit.
I made that up. But that's where we go. Welcome to the second 45. And even as we go into the second half of this game, there's time enough to take a couple more calls from you guys. Hi there. You're sounding rather low. Good evening. Welcome.
Glory.
Glory. Good evening, Glory. It's been a while. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Nah, so
there are two light chairs here. Why?
Oh!
So sorry about
that.
Oh.
That must be very painful.
Sorry.
Hope someone is taking care of you.
Hope you're fine now.
Did you put knife in in fire and palm oil? You didn't do it when it happened. Okay, did you collect an injection, tetanus? Something that you should have taken immediately. Okay, just take care of yourself, okay, Glory?
Take care of yourself, yeah.
Bale. All right.
That's nice of you.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you very much. What? Somebody please help me. Tell Buchi that a mouse is not a stand. Buchi, it traumatizes my mouth. Every single one of my mouse.
Femi, how's that the play ball? Make me no lie.
If you have more than one computer mouse, can it be mice? Hi there. Good evening. Yeah, talk to us. How are you?
Turn off your radio, Biko.
We did. Oh, you've been about welcome, man. Talk to us.
Broken it down.
Go ahead. Just don't break. Football, no wahala. Talk to us.
Murata.
Okay. The elbow, the loose elbow.
But the referee can't decide on all the incidents. Some of the incidents will be overlooked, and some action.
You need the referee number. What do you want to do? You want call life? You call her. What you go happen next?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Even if VAR was employed, VAR would not be used for incidents like that. Yeah. So it's these things happen.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Amen to your prayer.
Thank you very much.
But Femi,
appreciate it.
Femi, before you go to that game, like I said, we have some games started in the APL for the local league, and there's been a goal in the game between Eyimba and Sunshine Stars. Eyimba just got the goal in the 11 minutes in that game against Sunshine Stars. Other games in APL for we have Enugu Rangers versus Kano Pillars, Ifeanyi Uba against Nasarawa United, Kwara United also facing Rivers United, MFM facing Lobi Stars, Niger Tornadoes against Abia Warriors, and Wiki Tourists against Castina United. Eyimba currently lead 1-0 against Sunshine Stars.
And we understand that in that game, the players of Eyimba will be wearing black armbands to respect their former player, Chinedu Doji. Tragic death that happened last weekend after a game against his former club. He plays for Kano Pillars. They played against Eyimba, and he died. Didn't see the following day, or saw the following day, but didn't leave the day eventually. So let's expect and hope that Enyimba win today's game in honor of their former captain, legend Chinedu Doji.
Okay. So unfortunate. What a stalwart he used to be for his side. The Enyimba guys will never forget it. But here come Chelsea. Chelsea almost scoring earlier on in the kickoff, and they are absolutely no idea what Morata was doing.
Missed. Yeah,
well,
missed.
The fantastic opportunity.
Pun intended.
Fantastic opportunity to go ahead early on in this second half. Totally wasted.
It was a good chance, actually.
The hard work continues.
I mean, he even got David De Gea caught between two minds, whether to come for the ball or stay. David De Gea decided to stay, and Morata just couldn't make the right decision eventually, and it was blocked by the United defenders. But United can now attack. Chelsea doing so well defensively as well. This one is end-to-end stuff, you'd say. Chelsea attacking, looking to get to win. They need to win. United also needing to win because they've lost second position to Liverpool, who destroyed West Ham by 4-1 yesterday. So targets need to be met by the two sides, obviously.
Will be interesting to see where this game could evolve into. A good pass from Morata. But fantastic reading by Nemanja Matic.
Second time he's doing it, second time.
There's some players, Femi, you don't need to double check because you know the way they move.
They move, certainly.
Because I was expecting you to miss the name of the player, but you knew this was Matic.
Here comes Pogba now. Well, opportunities. Lukaku finds Martial. He'll go back to Pogba. Opportunities brewing here for Sanchez. He's got two on him. He tarries too long, gives the ball away. N'Golo Kante comes away with it. Chelsea not so fast in their counter play, and that opportunity goes begging. Alexis fighting back for the ball.
He's going to be substituted for Rashford. Shame no they catch him. They play rubbish.
Oh wow!
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Well, but look at him. He had a chance to at least pass the ball to the overlapping Antonio Valencia. He didn't. Still lost possession. In as much as he does so much good on the football field, at times you don't need to leave. You don't need to lose possession in easy places on the football field.
Well, here come Chelsea now.
Morata.
And Hazard will go left. It's where Alonso lurks, where whenever Chelsea come attacking, Hazard turns. He's got two. Finally finds Drinkwater, who pushes it further to N'Golo Kante. Alonso. The ball comes into the box. It was intended for Eden Hazard. It was disappointing. Hazard absolutely upset about it. It's a goal kick for Chelsea, but the play is more encouraging when Chelsea dig their heels in, and the United fans still shouting, "We do what we want. We are Man United." We wonder how much louder that would get if United were to go in front in this game. They've had to come back once, but there's still everything to play for in this exchange. Man United won, Chelsea won.
Femi, looking at the second half so far, 55 minutes played, it's still difficult to tell, and it's difficult to say how this one could end. But you look at Chelsea, I see positivity going forward. They've never shied away from defending and also blending with attacking. But for United, it's a bit, you just feel something is wrong or something is missing. It's going to be left to be seen if the likes of Pogba and Sanchez step up the game. I think they've been below par in today's game, leaving Lukaku to be the man fighting for all the balls going forward.
And for all his vilification, Lukaku has scored 23 already
in all competitions.
23.
That's huge.
It doesn't look too bad. It probably 153, but come on. Here come United now. Ashley Young with the ball. He's got to find the cross. Rudiger standing on him. It was Victor Moses who is closing him down.
Yeah, Victor.
55 minutes gone. It's a corner for United. Victor Moses not happy with his teammates and buddies. It's a corner which will be taken by the smallest man on the top between himself and Ashley Young.
Shortest. If Mata was on the pitch, he would have been the shortest or smallest.
Pedro.
Pedro as well.
And to think Smalling is one of the biggest players. Here they come now, headed clear. You are Smalling, but you are big.
Poor cross from Alexis.
Here come Chelsea. A counter move. N'Golo Kante. He wants Willian. Willian cannot free himself. Unfortunately, he couldn't go left where he had two options on his left, and they are closed down quickly, United.
This
Some
one
disappointment.
It's high tempo. It's intense as well. United at home to Chelsea. Like I said, I've been so impressed with Willian, with Hazard. I just feel if United can keep Hazard and Willian quiet, they have a chance of winning the game. But as long as these guys get the space and chance to go forward, Chelsea will always fancy a chance of scoring a goal or two. But for United, I think some players haven't really played to their normal standards. Pogba and Alexis Sanchez, if they had done more in this game, maybe United would have created more chances. I mean, the equalizer was out of nowhere. You just didn't see United scoring until they got that chance and equalized. Yes, good for the game, but it's always going to tell eventually if things don't change. You can mention 2-3 match winners on the Chelsea side. How many can you mention for Manchester United? So based on what I've seen so far, Chelsea have been the better side. Maybe they'll do enough to nick it. You just never know how this one could end. Tension rising between these two sides here today as Chelsea come with up to the chance. United, what a hasty clearance. Well, the hair went down. Not very convincing. It doesn't look like
It's
been shaky today.
it doesn't look like a man who's confident in his defense line. It's like he's got a lot of thinking on his mind.
That's some routine save. That's some routine save there, Femi. And he fumbled. Could have easily been the second.
He's got
for Chelsea.
the sun in his eyes, by the way.
Maybe that's why.
And I was talking about the fact that the tension is rising. Lots of pointing and gesturing from the managers on the sidelines. They've been peaceful.
They should be saving this, Femi.
These two men, but you wonder when that peace and what's that? What they use for it?
Femi, look at this. This is routine.
But if you've got the sun in your eyes and a lot on your mind, Alonso could have profited on that occasion. It's beginning to get a lot more frantic and frenetic.
Femi, I think the game have been shaky today. The first goal, you can kind of blame a little bit for the first goal. Also for the second goal. It's not the first time we've seen on the touching eye. They have been under the sun for like a very, very
The problem
long time.
is the face cap as Chelsea come again. United managed to clear, but only as far as Drinkwater, who goes down, still keeps the ball, but then loses it. Martial battling for it.
Keeps on fighting.
Do you know the United's best player today has been Lukaku? That's to show you how poor they play today.
Well, interesting stuff. We're looking at the possibility of hearing from our guys live in the stadium, but those guys are just waiting for the Carabao Cup final. We'll bring you all that excitement from the Carabao Cup final, courtesy of our friends at the BBC, and you can join the coverage. It will be awesome. You're shaking your head. Let's see how that one will go.
Yeah.
We'll know soon enough.
The starting lineup is up in 8 minutes. We get to see or know who starts for City and Arsenal.
Well, you wonder who the most frustrated player is on the pitch today. Sylvia, who cuts the most frustrated figure from your point of view?
For both sides or for each side? For Manchester
either side.
Well,
it looks like the United players are more frustrated.
Yes.
I think the person I feel the most for might be Romelu Lukaku. As Bolarin said, I think he's done a whole lot of work today. The guys behind him are not doing the best of what they should be doing. So I think he comes back, he gets to get the ball, tries to get the ball to beat the Chelsea defense, but it just isn't working out for him. We saw how much he had to fight to score the first goal. I mean, credit to him for doing that. But then again, he's working hard. The guys behind him are not doing a great job.
Well, crazy stuff. We're into the 60th minute of this game. 1 hour of football. United have had 4 chances, less than half of Chelsea's 10. And they have half the number of shots on target, 2 for United to Chelsea's 4. You can understand perhaps why the scoreline is 1-1 after 1 hour of football right here at Old Trafford. Here come Chelsea now. They've got momentum for most of this game. We wonder just how this would end. A good pass, the general direction of Eden Hazard. He applauds it. But De Gea is not bothered about the sun on this occasion as he comes out to pick it. Here comes Nemanja Matic playing alongside Pogba. Well, the man who should ring things for them. Sanchez gets the ball. He turns between two. He's got three now. Finds Lukaku who can shoot. Goes for Martial. The cutback perhaps. Disappointing turn of event from Anthony Martial as Chelsea picked the paces up. That was a good opportunity. But here come Chelsea. Quick, cheeky play from Eden Hazard intended for Kante. It was a disappointment on that occasion.
Well, he needlessly lost possession of that one, Eden Hazard. But talking about the last United attack, I think Tony Martial should have done better from that attack. Sanchez did well, Lukaku did well. Eventually, the pass was just not good enough, and he was raising his hands up for a penalty. The referee said, no, this is surely not a penalty. But we're seeing movements on the bench of Manchester United. Jesse Lingard is already warming up, and it's almost certain that he will come on. But for who? My bet will be maybe Martial and by extension Alexis Sanchez. But Martial looks like a better candidate to be substituted for Manchester United. 62 minutes, Manchester United won, Chelsea won.
For me, I think it's opposite to the first half. The first half was kind of entertaining back to back, but the second half that's been from 10 to like 6. Both teams gameplay have not really been the same. We've seen so many poor balls. The teams are just kind of just there. I think one of the teams are not chilling. Let's just take this point. We need to like push too much. We need to see like more vibe. So I'm not surprised with Lingard coming in. I think he has been a very good player at United. I think him sitting on the bench, he does not deserve to sit on the bench right now. He has to sit on the bench to like accommodate Sanchez. He needs to come in. His confidence is kind of so high. United needs someone that can push the ball, can run at defenders. Lingard can do that today.
United fans chanting, "Take me home."
Yeah, I think.
If wishes were horses, they'll be in bed by now. But they do have the game in their hands, and here they come, United. Another loose passing from Valencia. Couldn't quite connect. Disappointing. The change will happen now. Is Antonio Martial will be sacrificed on the slaughter slab of effective forward-going football. Some would have said perhaps Sanchez should have been the man substituted, but we'll see what Jesse Lingard is. We've seen him come off the bench and bring a totally different dimension, bring new energy and life to the United.
Surely, Femi, and we've seen him. He loves the big games. Most of the big games, Lingard will go in there and score a goal or assist with a goal. He was in a good form at the turn of the year, but he hasn't been starting, and I think he is justified his coming on in today's game because Martial has been poor. Some chances for Martial, he hasn't really helped the team going forward. So Jesse Lingard, he looks like a player who is ready to run and make things happen for Manchester United. Hopefully we notice the difference as it's come on.
Well, by the way, Chelsea fans are calling for substitution of their own. Some are calling for Olivier Giroud to come on in place of Alvaro Morata.
Exactly. I remember Giroud. I remember against Manchester United, he came up from the bench when he was at Arsenal and scored a very bullet header. And let's go. Giroud is the kind of player that comes in from the bench. He is the impact kind of player. I believe he can do this. He comes in and he bullies the defender. He is a bully naturally. I remember that game against Hull City, against West Brom, where he bullied everybody in that game. He can come in and do it, and he has a good record of scoring against United also. I think good one. Morata really have not really been in the game so far. Giroud can help.
Bucci was right. Very low-key the start of the second half compared to the first.
Yeah, I think
you just feel there's a good game somewhere. Something's got to come in and light this game up.
Exactly, Femi.
We're sleeping.
Yeah, we've seen the movements on the bench for United. We may likely see the movement as well for Chelsea. I think caution is the word for the two teams. Yeah, you can go all out, but in the second half you're like, okay, let's be strategic. You can get punished and you may not have enough time to get back into the game. So they're just waiting for the mistakes and the opportunities. And when it comes, trust me, they haven't gone to sleep. You'll see more life when the chances are created or when the mistakes are made. It's all about, I like to call it cat and mouse game now between United and Chelsea.
65 minutes played, Sylvia, you got to pardon me. 1-1 between United and Chelsea. And Sylvia, I'll defer to you.
Yeah, I think what has happened in the second half is we've seen both teams, both managers apparently talk to their teams at halftime telling them to shop. Remember at halftime when Mourinho was going, he wasn't happy despite the fact that it was a 1-1 draw. But it seems like both managers talked to their teams and they've told them to be more defensive conscious. So they're not trying to let up chances, they're not trying to give the second half, and if you concede a goal, you might just end up losing the game entirely.
Well, might that happen? Here comes Ashley Young. He goes down. The referee's not interested. Well, he's not interested. He picks the goal kick. It would seem there was a trailing leg that took him out. I would like to see it again, but Ashley Young has a feisty reputation in terms of diving.
I think he started it back then at Villa. He did it a lot, but
forget did a whole lot too for England. So you could wholeheartedly forgive any match official who doesn't trust him.
I think in the English players, like Asawenga say, I think they have mastered the act of diving. All of them. We saw what Dele Alli did earlier today, the match against Crystal Palace. He dived a little bit in that game. But take nothing from that. Ashley Young also is a good player. Trust me.
Well, here comes Lukaku. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. The passing is heavy from Lukaku. Passing has never been his strong suit. And every time you find a player waiting in line for a pass from Lukaku, you almost could conclude that pass will never come. Or when it does come, it will be awful. Here comes United now through Sanchez. He turned, but he couldn't get it. And Lukaku! And what a strike that would have been! Well, Thibaut Courtois got a hand to it, parried it clear. But that was absolutely world class. It was a difficult ball. He had to twist.
That's a save.
For a man this big, well, certainly, what a class act that would have been.
Kudos to Sanchez as well for giving that ball.
But the final praise has to go to the goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois.
It's a corner now. Alexis Sanchez takes. United have a chance. Thibaut Courtois comes. Willian clears. It's still United. Ashley Young finding Sanchez again. A second cross. It comes into the box. It's headed rather lacklusterly by Pogba, but finally a head comes. It's Lukaku's head. Thibaut Courtois gathers. 67 minutes played. United 1, Chelsea 1.
Wow, that was some frantic couple of seconds there in front of Chelsea's 18-yard box actually, and it shows a whole lot about what Manchester United can do. You remember we brought in Lingard, and you know that Manchester United want to press Chelsea, and that's what we've seen so far. I won't be surprised if they actually nick this one.
I think Chelsea have taken their foot off the pedal in this game. They were fantastic in the first half, but in the second half, that's my problem with Conte. Sometimes he goes too cautious. I think United are there for the taking, and Chelsea are not really attacking that much in the game. We have not really seen Hazard or William that was fantastic in the first half in this game, and drink water a little bit. He's not drinking water in the game. I think Chelsea players should step up.
Maybe he's drunk too much water.
Maybe it's not water he's drinking. Maybe he's drinking something else, and it's kind of high. But I think Chelsea, they need to step up in this game.
All right, free kick for Chelsea. Willian standing on this one. Now we've seen this cause many a heartache in times past here. Can Willian deliver? It's coming from the left of the attack. It looks good in De Gea's general direction. He picks it up, but then he's not sure-footed one bit. I'm not sure what happened here. The ball went directly to him. I'm not sure what Willian was taking. He collected it, dropped it, and had to gather it a second time. Something really bad must be happening to De Gea. He's probably
having a bad day.
Gas issues.
Well, again, is it the sun? Is it the sun?
For me, I won't really blame the son, because I think he has been in that position for several times. I think it happens. Some goalkeepers, they have their phases. Hopefully, the bad phase does not lead to him like they're making a very, very big error.
Yeah, maybe family troubles or something like that.
Something else issue. I said gas issue.
Why do you have to blame is on the lady?
Ladies issue. Only a lady can confuse a man. Only a lady can make a professional footballer.
No, we will not take that from you. We won't take that from you.
No, I mean you guys are powerful. That's my point. I mean you guys are powerful.
Into the 70th minute we go. United with a chance. Lingard not able to profit. Rudiger making sure he couldn't cause any damage from a Pogba cheeky pass. Look at it again. Lingard was running in and he just floated that pass in. Rudiger was taller. Lingard tried to get ahead to it. Courtois coming to collect.
For me, let's fly back to Nigeria, to the MPL. There's been another goal in another game. The game between Wiki Tourist and Katsina United. Wiki Tourist just took the lead in that game. They scored the goal in the 24th minute by Tanze. in that game to run through results in the EPFL. Enugu Rangers are currently joining at home to Kano Pillars 0-0. Enyimba defeating them. Sunshine Stars. Chukwude got the goal for Enyimba. Ifan Yuba are also joining again. Nasarawa United. New Rivers United and Kwara United also 0-0. MFM versus Lobby Stars 0-0. Niger Tornadoes of Abia Road still 0-0. And Wickedness, like I reported, are currently leading Castle United 1-0. All these games just passed them at the 31st minute.
And officially, Femi, we have the starting lineups for the Carabao Cup final, also known as the League Cup, between Manchester City and the Arsenal. And Manchester City today have started in goal with Claudio Bravo. Shockingly, Pep Guardiola leaving it with the goalkeeper that has been in goal all season long in the League Cup. So Bravo starts in goal. We've got Kyle Walker, Company, Otamendi, Danilo, Fernandinho. Which of the Silva is this now? Okay, let's stick with David Silva, Gundogan as well, Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sané and Sergio Aguero. For the Arsenal, they've got David Ospina, Hector Bellerin, Mustafi, Chambers, Koscielny, Monreal, Xhaka, Wilshere, Ramsey, Ozil and Aubameyang. This should be a good final, looking at the fact that the two managers have decided to start with their reserve goalkeepers, David Ospina for the Arsenal and Claudio Bravo for Manchester City.
Well, interesting stuff. Just we're talking about David De Gea, the commentators, the BBC commentators following this game are thinking similarly. And in their words, we've seen really nervy moment from David De Gea today. Is it just the sun putting him off? So uncharacteristic here as he spills a pretty tame Willian effort on goal. More cross than shot. It's almost dribbles over the line. It's quite disturbing here. Interesting stuff from international media. And here's a guy who sent a very, very interesting comment on Jose Mourinho. And I'm just going to read that comment. The guy says, for those complaining about Jose Mourinho and United losing its starch, as a supporter of another team, United look more dangerous, entertaining and likelier to win trophies than under Louis van Gaal or David Moyes. Sir Alex Ferguson left years ago. No one better out there than Mourinho for trophy win, he says. I wonder what the fans like would think about that kind of comment.
Well, I'm not sure United have.
Does United look more dangerous under Mourinho than under Moyes and of course Louis van Gaal?
Of course, yes. I have to totally. I feel United have been better since Ferguson left under Jose Mourinho than any other manager. David Moyes was a disaster. It was a mistake appointment. And looking at Louis van Gaal, he did his best, won the FA Cup. People were not happy with the way the team was playing. But under Jose Mourinho, you just have a feeling that there's a threat going forward for Manchester United, and that's why they had it so good last season. They won the League Cup and they also won the Europa League. But the problem is the way they play when they go away in the Premier League, especially against the big teams. That's where the problem lies. But once they start getting results against top sides away, you just have a feeling that United could go on and dominate in the Premier League.
Well, corner kick, it would seem. It looks more like a throw to me. I don't know what
it's a free kick. A free kick.
Free kick given against Alonso.
Marcos Alonso.
The referee. That's the reason why the referee's assistant is standing there. Finally, he gives that free kick. Well, most of United's attack came from the left in the first half before Martial was taking. I was looking at the combined touch map of Martial and Pogba. Both of them were operating from the left. More of the attacking is now coming from the right. Valencia activated, but here is a free kick into the area. It's come, it's long. A header comes in. Well, Chelsea managed to clear, and N'Golo Kante makes quick work of Tomine. Well, a quick recovery from this side. It was Lingard who was in front of Tomine. They managed to get the ball. Maybe it was a good opportunity for a counter, but a slight change in the direction that United's play has taken in the second half, especially since the exchange of Martial and Lingard. Here comes Well, 75 minutes of play. United 2, Chelsea 1.
And Femi, looking at the substitution, it's already paid off. I mean, Jesse Lingard loves the big games. He likes to come on and he likes to score. And what a pass, what a cross from Romelu Lukaku, United's best player. Jesse Lingard couldn't miss. Beautiful finish. Chelsea have a job to do now, and we have 15 minutes left in this one at Old Trafford. 75 minutes played. United 2, Chelsea 1.
I wish you had captured the reaction from Bucci. It was utter shock. I just saw it on Facebook.
That's right. No, I wasn't shocked. I think the celebration was what caught me.
Yeah.
The celebration, the Black Panther celebration.
Yeah, Wakanda.
It just touched me. Let's go. Let's do it. I think that I've been one of United's best players. I think Mourinho took a risk. Actually, put him on the bench like accommodate Sanchez, and now he was on the pitch. And I tell Mourinho, Baba is starting, and he's have to be starting, and he just got a fantastic goal there. I think good one for United. They have been better team in the second half. Chelsea, we are so cautious. This is have to believe in. I think Conte has a job to do now. Bring in Giroud, let Giroud change again.
Can I just say that obviously Mourinho has obviously shown how tactically how tactically good he is with his substitution. Conte on the other side has taken off Eden Hazard and has brought some Pedro in his place. I don't know whether it's as a precautionary measure for him not to be injured or something, but that's not the change Chelsea need at this point in time. They actually need to take out Morata and bring in a better striker, because Morata is not doing a good job. Most times when he's back at the post and he's battling with the defenders, he loses possession, or he passes the ball to the wrong player that has been marked by maybe lots of people. He has not contributed positively to this game, and he should be the one that should have made way and not Eden Hazard.
Well, I don't think we can talk about this game without talking about a sterling performance from Romelu Lukaku. I remember saying he's been United's best player, even though he scored. I think he's done a lot of work going forward. Other players have not turned up. No Pogba, no Sanchez, nobody. It's been Lukaku, and looking at the way he delivered that cross, and you have to just admire it. But for Jesse Lingard, what can I say? Always popping up at the right places to score crucial goals for the team. Well, the game is not over. Trust Chelsea to give it one final push. There's a lot of minutes still to be played in this match.
Lindelof doing there, and
you can see the sun.
Let's go.
The sun is in the eyes of all the Chelsea defenders, and you can.
Victor Moses.
Victor Moses is gone off for Giroud. He would probably switch to a traditional 4 at the back, and that would mean he will blight the run from the flanks just a little bit. They have a corner now.
United will score more goals.
Every time the ball comes into the box, you see all the United defenders having their hands over their faces, over their eyes, trying to get a shield from the sun. Perhaps it explains what the hair has been going through all afternoon.
For me, I had to go back to what Sylvia said about tactically balanced. I think Mourinho is now the king of tactical ability. Why Conte is the prince? Because looking at his Conte, his option really doesn't really make sense at all. You bring out Hazard for Pedro, and also Moses for Giroud. I really don't understand that. He keeps on doing it consistently, not just today. He keeps on doing it, and it makes fans complain. I think Conte should be doing better. He's a very, very good manager, but sometimes the substitution it makes you think, but you don't hire or something like that. But he's not nice.
On the lighter side, that's why I black.
It's on a lighter note.
That's why I black.
He's bringing a defender. I think Manchester United will actually score another goal.
Oh dear.
But on a serious note, before the substitution, that's why I black. That's one from yesterday.
Earlier he told me, before we came on air, he told me that the sun yesterday actually got him darker. And I looked at him, I'm like, can you actually get darker
than this?
But I black, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go. One last throw of the dice, it would seem, for Chelsea left in this game. We'll see what
possibly
what the manager does. Eric Bailly will be coming on.
Lucky Aja.
You probably sense, because
Lucky Aja. Now to lock up shop.
Lindelof has been struggling in this game. You wonder whether he will go for a straight swap.
Possible. But if it's the Mourinho I know, the two centre backs are there. He wants another one to join. He will probably take
Sanchez. But the referee had already decided.
Yeah, Olivier Giroud. But the substitution will happen now, and we'll confirm who replaces. It's Sanchez. So it's more men to defend. It's Mourinho, which Lindelof will die on the pitch. Bailly joining.
It's closing shop.
Let's lock up shop. But
Chelsea responds. They bring on Cesc Fabregas. Fabregas is coming on.
For me, I understand why Fabregas is coming on. He has two attackers on the pitch, Morata and Giroud, and I think he wants to go aerially, he wants to go up, and that's why he's bringing Fabregas, and there's no person that can do it better. Though we know he knows how to make this side through pass, but also he can do the final.
He's giving message.
Oh my God, I love Mourinho. I said, I keep saying Mourinho is the only married man I agree to marry a second wife. Oh my God.
Let me describe what happened. Eric Bailly came to the pitch and gave Matic a paper of how they should play, and William was trying to pimp. Matic was like, what's he doing? Are you in red? Come over here. I love that though.
Well, I remember this was a big talking point many years ago during Mourinho's first spell as Chelsea manager, writing a note and giving it was highly debated at that time whether that was permitted in football. In the end, it was let go. I'm sure it will also make form part of the talking conversation here. Drinkwater has been withdrawn for Chelsea. Cesc Fabregas has come on. Olivier Giroud and of course Alvaro Morata, the appointment. They've got less than 9 minutes of regular time. It's United 2, Chelsea 1, and Mourinho is going to throw in all his trickery here.
Femi, I understand why Mourinho got in early in this. I understand. Chelsea has the ability. Just say, Baba, stay glued to both of them, and I think he told them Matic. I'm just guessing though, but you get height, you start they go back when they throw in that ball. And because Mourinho indoor experience and for when he was when Arsenal came and Arsenal scored a very very late goal through that fine ball
because they now have two men who are very good aerially.
Exactly, I think that's what Mourinho did. He had to just say, just hold them well. We have close to 8 minutes in this game. We need a point in this game. I think he said don't let it sleep, don't let it sleep. Hopefully Gerrard not there, nobody will let us sleep.
Well, they started to heat up, Femi. The players in red and blue clashing on the football field. I'm not sure what led to the latest fracas, but of course that man Martin Atkinson, the referee, would have to find a way to sort it out, and he speaks to Matic. I see Willian there, and it's decided it's going to be against Chelsea, the decision by the referee. So this is the time where they need to calm down. Rudiger is the man in question, and it was all about tackles flying and the challenges being made.
Well, look at it again. Rudiger went hard,
elbow to the groin,
and the guy was like, "Guy, come on."
Rudiger,
he was just leave him. And I think Rudiger is the aggressor.
Yeah, he overreacted.
On this occasion, it's probably fortunate that the referee just decided to let everything go. Here come Man United now. They seem to have the wind in their sails at this moment.
Femi, with what I've seen from Jose Mourinho, when it comes to
goodness,
with the substitution, Femi, trust me, Chelsea will have 1 or 2 chances before the end of the game, and this is why. Apparently, Mourinho wants to lock up shop, which simply means we can no longer attack. So it gives Chelsea the encouragement to attack and try to get an equalizer, because that's the only meaning I see in that substitution. You bring in Eric Bailly when you have 2 central defenders on the pitch. What is Bailly coming to do? Is Smalling going forward? Is Lindelof going to be a midfielder? No, these guys will be playing in the defense, except an Ashley Young or Antonio Valencia would offer much more going forward. I just feel Mourinho is happy with the way things are, and he would love it to end this way.
Well, Valencia is lying on the turf, pretending to be half dead. The referee is laughing at him. Get up, man. Get up, man, he says. It's a free kick for Man United. Their taller players are in the pitch. In the box now, Romelu Lukaku and all of them, but the ball finds only Thibaut Courtois, who tries to unleash a counter-attack. He finds Azpilicueta, but Azpilicueta is forced back to him, and they almost play themselves into trouble in their box. Rudiger has the ball now. Fabregas calling for it, and he almost works all the way to Fabregas to hand it over. Alonso back to Fabregas. N'Golo Kante trying to create space off Pogba. Willian gets the ball, tries to turn around. Well, he's pulled back. It's certainly a yellow card. And this time around, there's no escaping it on Nemanja Matic.
For the team.
Well, some would say it wasn't all that necessary.
Well, it actually was. You know, when you leave a player like Willian to break, you know his space, you know his trickery, he can hurt you any second.
Well, the free kick quickly taken, goes back to Willian, and now Fabregas. A quick interchange with Olivier Giroud, who tries to be stylish. That was embarrassing. By the time he looks at it again, you just hope his nephews and nieces aren't watching. But here they come now. Chelsea on the left. Alonso. Willian is waiting. Gets it. Fabregas to his right. Will he get it? Willian decides to go further into the box. It's a chance for Chelsea. It comes in there. The referee's whistle has already gone. Well, it was a goal scored. The referee's assistant on the far side had flagged Morata offside. So Morata's goal will not count. We'll look at it again with the benefit of hindsight. Was he offside?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Well,
It
it was slight. It was tight.
It was too tight. I've seen that
It
not
was
given.
quite tight, but he did seem to be slightly ahead.
I've seen that not given though. But I think United should be very, very careful. To good build up leading to the cancelled offside goal. I think they need to be more careful. It's not about the number of defenders you have there. One of the defender can make a mistake and everything don't count. So I think United should be more careful.
Oh dear, Pogba has been kicked in the mouth by Azpilicueta. It tries to drop him and Fabregas to keep the ball in play. Both men go hard against him, and he's still there standing tall. He stops them. He got a kick to the mouth, and then he goes to the referee and say, well, he kicked me. Well, that is the interesting stuff. Much of the conversation after this game will be about Eric Bailly's substitution, coming in for his 50th appearance for United, and coming in with a note for Nemanja Matic, and Willian trying to read the note.
Let me give you a note in the PFL, the game between Enugu Rangers and Kano Pillars. Enugu Rangers just took the lead in that game, and goal coming from Aguda in the 41st minute in that game. Arguably, this is one of the best games in the PFL on match day. But Enugu Rangers are currently leading Kano Pillars 1-0.
You wonder if there is still a goal in this game and who will score it. Will Lingard be the unlikely hero? Well, you won't say unlikely, considering the number of times Lingard has come off the bench and made himself the hero for United. It's not so surprising. 87 minutes of football. 87. 3 more minutes to go. United 2, Chelsea 1.
Anything can still happen. Anything. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes is kind of big for some coaches. I remember Fergie time back then. Even 2 seconds is huge for them. I think Chelsea still have hope of getting something in this game because United are currently playing defensive. They are inviting the pressure, and Chelsea have those 2 tall guys. Just put the ball in the post, and anything can happen.
Well, here comes Willian on the right. He finds help in Azpilicueta, who's been pushed further wide now as they switch into a traditional 4. Christensen and Rudiger, Alonso, and of course Willian. The referee spotted something. It will be a yellow.
Sacco from behind, Femi.
Yes.
I expected that totally from Martin Atkinson. Alvaro Morata there challenging that man called Chris Smalling, who was almost going nowhere. If you ask me, I don't think he would have done much with that chance. But the referee has deemed it as tackle from behind, and of course it's a yellow card. We're talking about potential goal scorers for Chelsea. It has to be Olivier Giroud. Last season, Arsenal were second best against United. Mata scored, and Giroud came on to score a late equalizer for the Arsenal. He now plays at Chelsea and is on the pitch. So I think it's about the aerial balls at this point. Plan A, or is it Plan B? When you lump the balls forward and just wait for the luck to happen. We are surely running out of time, especially if you are a Chelsea fan. But United with the possession, 88 minutes on the clock. They still lead by 2-1 against Chelsea.
And the international audiences are complaining. Negative tactics from Conte this time has cost them again. Why take off your best player in such a big game? Billy asked internationally. And Raphael also saying, what's the wisdom in pulling out Hazard? I was shocked.
Exactly.
Pull out Morata and get Giroud. This game is crying for him.
Morata is a liability.
Except Hazard is injured.
Well, Giroud has finally come, but Morata is still there, and Hazard has been taken off. As the Chelsea attack has been blighted since then. Willian is struggling now. He's on the turf. You don't think he's wasting time, because time is against his side. 89 minutes played. United 2, Chelsea 1. And the guys are commenting. Ola Dunjoye saying something about today for Manchester all the way. United and my boy City. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
He wants City to win the Carabao Cup final, obviously.
Agochukwu and Emeka saying this game is a draw. It's not heading that way yet, not now. He also says, good evening, Femi and the gang. Femi, I love you much.
Love you.
No homos. I'm an English student aspiring to be on the radio. You mentor me. Appreciate it. Someday.
And you pay.
Someday. To be we hope to hand over the baton to guys like you. Omotayo Ajewale says, to way Mourinho and Chelsea Oh goodness, the way Mourinho and Chelsea coach are smiling at each other in a friendly way today shows that they have realized that none of them can win the league again this season. Why do they have to fight over Man City's property? He says. Well, the offside on that occasion, it was tight.
It was tight, actually.
Very, very tight. It did. When you look at the line, it did seem Morata was inside the line and not over it.
Well, before he scored, the assistant referee already signaled for offside. But quickly, let's go to La Liga, where we have the best team in the world in action. Atletico Madrid against Malaga, and it's 1 goal apiece in that center. Of course, we know why we're supporting Atletico. Sylvia is wearing an Atletico jersey, and I support Atletico Madrid as well. So we're repping Atletico today. So it's 1-1. What am I saying? It's Athletic Bilbao actually in action, not Atletico Madrid. Apologies for that. So yeah, Bilbao won, Malaga won so far. So Atletico play later tonight against Sevilla, and it's an away fixture for the best team in the world, Atletico Madrid.
Well, interesting message here on Facebook. Can I locate it from this funny guy about bosses? I cannot. Oh, there, I seem to have lost it. Some guy who was saying, where are all the bosses going to Oshodi? That Man U should pack all of them in front of their goal. Let me see.
The BRT bosses, for example.
Interesting stuff here. We have gone into extra time. 4 minutes have been added. We've played over 1.5 of that. Adeleke Olanlege says draw soup. And I don't know if it will be. It sure looks like there's a winner here to be had. Well, disappointing turn of events. Morata was that Morata?
That was Morata. He gave the ball to Giroud.
Well, the two of them.
Somehow he seemed a little heavy, and all of a sudden it seemed he had grown 12 inches taller. And his maneuverability had totally gone down. Here comes Lukaku. Will Lukaku take everybody on? He runs in their midst. Can he? He needs help now. Finally, he puts a leg to it. The ball will roll harmlessly out of touch. Well, for a throw. But that was surprising. Lukaku running at defenders. Never
and he almost scored. He almost scored.
Yeah,
he's fast. I mean, if that shot had gone on target, maybe another goal for United. But it's the man of the match, clearly. Arguably his best performance in the United shirt, Romelu Lukaku.
Interesting stuff. 93 minutes, one final minute. That's all the time Chelsea have got. United will keep the ball in the corner flag. Oh, they've got a man who doesn't know how to do it, Lukaku. They keep getting the ball off him every time he tries to keep it. The guy doesn't have any guile or style.
But he can assist and score. He's done that.
Doesn't know how to shield the ball.
He can't control the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry to say that.
Quote unquote, John says, love what you guys are doing. We love you too.
Peace.
Young Max. Sorry, man, if I'm messing up your name. You say you guys are doing great.
Meaning it means who they peep.
Who they peep?
Yeah, you guys are doing great. I'm just watching it on my car. In my car driving. Thank you guys. You are driving and watching us on Facebook.
What do they worry you? Say fact, don't back. Fact.
Fuck and watch the match, please.
Please, they say you should fuck and watch the match.
That didn't come out, right?
Iman Mansuru Yednut.
Just call one.
What do you guys do?
Just call one.
Good evening, Femi and the Gang. Glory, Man United. What a birthday gift from my favorite team, Up United.
Happy birthday to you.
Well, yeah, it was joyful. Ikoma who said, where are all the buses going to Oshodi? Every bus should block the United post now. And
Riley is the first
let's go on. Now, the funny thing is that United are not blocking the ball. They're not packing the balls at all.
Yeah.
They are playing the ball in Chelsea's half and keeping it there, slowing down. We've seen 94 minutes and a half.
It's almost full time.
The
referee will be blowing.
The 4 minutes are complete, nearly an extra minute. But what United have done in stoppage time is that they've kept the ball in Chelsea's half, made it impossible for them to trouble them. And they are not in a hurry. They are not going to load the ball. They have a free kick. They won't load it into the
No,
box.
they won't load.
Ashley Young will look to shoot
They're going
it.
to the corner flag.
Yeah.
That's where they're going.
Yeah.
I told you, that's
Well,
where they're going. To the corner
well,
flag.
It's headed now. Chelsea have
Move
one
with the ball,
last
Fabregas.
Uhuru. It's in the general
last
direction
chance. If he
of
doesn't get
Pedro,
it,
who doesn't. Oh, he
he
manages
gets
to
it.
stop it, but he's got Bailey to contend with, and it's a corner. Well, again, that was disappointing
The
because
referee never blew.
No, you know why? There was a time Man United players on the floor. Matip was on the floor. They were
well,
waiting time.
oh,
we have to go.
Thibaut
Thibaut is
Courtois
out to
is
score a goal.
in the box.
Chelsea
Now,
final chance.
I love
we've
to see-
played
I love to see
1.5 minutes extra from the 4 minutes stoppage time.
Oh, that
It's
was poor.
overtime on overtime. Well, counter, Thibaut Courtois there. The referee goes, and it's over here. It's glory, Man United. They've come here. They've seen. It's not like they traveled. It's just at their backyard.
It's glory, glory,
But
and
they
mama.
needed it. They needed it badly, and now they have it. Congratulations, United. It was a hard-fought victory, but it's ended here at the Theatre of Dreams. Man United 2, Chelsea 1. Wembley is not a thing for them today. It's Arsenal and Manchester City who will go there. But they've done the job. They've got all 3 points here today. Credit to Jesse Lingard and Romelu Lukaku. Victory for United. A game that many had predicted Chelsea would win. Sylvia, you must be disappointed as a fan, but professionally the job has to go on. Where did it go wrong for Chelsea?
Well, I think where it went wrong for Chelsea was with the substitutions Conte made. We saw Mourinho reacted in time. After about an hour, he brought in Lingard, who eventually turned out to be the goal scorer. Conte, on the other hand, he didn't take off who many of us expected him to take off. He took off Eden Hazard. I remember in the first half, Eden Hazard had a knee problem. Yeah, and perhaps he had an injury, and for precautionary measures because of the game against Man City and Barcelona, they felt there was a need to take him off, because usually this would have been too early to take off Eden Hazard. So apart from that, he took off Hazard, brought on Pedro, took off Moses, brought on who he wasn't supposed to bring on. That's okay, let me just say he replaced the right players with the wrong people. That's what the problem is, and I mean, it was already too late. There was nothing that could be done about it.
Sorry, Sylvia.
Oh no. That's not fair, dude. Well, we live to fight again. We go next time. Don't worry.
Hi there, good evening to you. Hello. Welcome, brother.
I don't want to be too harsh because Sylvia is here, so I'm not going to
Please
climb up
say
on Mama.
speak your truth.
No, I'm
Speak
that
your
nice. I
truth.
don't like
Hello,
to
good
pretend.
evening to you.
I'm going to be nice.
Football without violence.
Yes, so
Well. Yeah, like the BBC man of the match of the day commentators, Guy Mowbray said, this is a massive win for Manchester United. They moved 6 points ahead of Chelsea today as they try to tie up second place. Romelu Lukaku was immense today. He got the equalizer and then put in a perfect cross for Jesse Lingard's winner. And in the words of some of the fans, here's an interesting thing from a United fan who said, 3 things we United fans prize above everything else: winning trophies, attacking football, and bringing local young players through. And they've done that. People might question Jose over the style of play, but he is a winner, and it does give players like McTominay, Lingard, and Rashford opportunities to shine. As a guy from Leland, Dog, who sent this in. And Femi, talking about that comment, you have to also give even more praises to Jose Mourinho, much maligned. But when you look at, in particular, Scott McTominay playing 90 minutes in 2 consecutive matches in the Champions League and against the champions Chelsea, it just shows you how much belief the manager has in some of the young players from the academy. And you also have to say Lingard has improved as a player. It's all down to Jose Mourinho. Rashford is also a player who has done well under the manager. But above all, I think I'm particularly happy for Romelu Lukaku. Many feel it doesn't influence games, it doesn't score against the big teams. It was a star performer today, man of the match, a goal and an assist to get the winner for Jesse Lingard. So, I mean, just like it was stated there, United love to attack, they love to win trophies and give the younger players a chance. Mourinho has done that so far, and it's not even 2 years since becoming Manchester United manager. So, fantastic. And I also love the fact that he had to tell the fans to go praise the players for a fantastic job. We're just going to talk about that. It's not my call. Yeah, we seem to have a song on the line. Is that you, Isong? Talk to me. Yeah, how are you doing?
Isong, where you doing?
Please talk to me at the hear you.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know her before? See what I do?
Okay. I can't remember though, but it's fine. No problem. Just we were on the same page. Continue.
So.
All right, maybe
when he parks the bus next game, they'll start cussing him.
Should pause. And international media is awash with comments regarding what we've seen here today. Look at Mark Lawrence, who is a football expert, and he says, by virtue of their second half performance, Manchester United have edged this. Say what you want about Jose Mourinho, but it was a clever substitution by him, bringing on Jesse Lingard. Chelsea lost their way in the second half, and I can't understand why Chelsea took Eden Hazard off. Coming from an expert, somebody who knows what you mean. Bolaniwa was talking about Jose Mourinho as he was walking. You look at the guy and what he tries to do. As the fans were applauding him as he was stepping out, he was telling them, "It's not me. It's not the bench. Look at the players. The players are still on the pitch." He was telling them, "These are the guys you should be applauding." The last game, he totally ripped some of his players, took them, and he was absolutely upset with the way they played. Today, he's praising them instead. I thought the team was going to fall apart, but not on this occasion. The team has risen to the occasion, and one of the real young lads.
Academy, it's been at United since 8 years old. Scott McTominay.
Yeah, and an opportunity for him to shine in the sun.
It's not a mean feat to play against Chelsea as a youngster. It actually shows you've developed and the manager believes in you.
Trust you.
And of course, we saw the mistake he made. Yeah, we saw the mistake he made when Chelsea scored the first goal. I mean, young players will make mistakes. I think he should have followed the run of Willian instead of following the ball. And Willian was free, eventually scored. But I think it's a good one for United today. They needed to win for so many reasons. Liverpool got second position. They lost the first leg to Chelsea. They needed to bounce back. So many reasons to win, and eventually a good one to achieve against a strong team like Chelsea, who are still the champions of England. Yeah, until City win it officially.
Well, there's somebody we didn't talk so much about during the course of the game, and Andy's talking about him. He says he might not have contributed to the goals, and the stats might not say much, but Pogba contributes to the team so much more further up the pitch with protection. Surely Mourinho has to keep him there.
Pogba didn't do anything today.
I'm not sure about that. I looked at the touch. I looked at the touch map, the combined touch map of United and the half. All the play was between, all the offensive play was between Martial and Pogba on the left. And if I could still pull up that touch map, that just clearly says it all. He was awesome. Sometimes you don't see what he's doing because it's Pogba and you expect so much. This is the touch map. Look at this. Anthony Martial and Paul Pogba had been responsible for most of United's attacking work down the left, as their combined touch map shows. That is how that touch map was branded.
I saw what he did on the left, on the flank, and some people might say he wasn't that effective. I mean, we know what Paul Pogba can do to take the match by the horn and all that, but he obviously was effective in this game. He managed the midfield to an extent. He was successful to a very large extent to link the defense and the attack. He might not have been the man of the match, but he contributed positively. I mean, talking about, especially taking into consideration the criticism he has come under in recent times.
Well, I guess if you look at it, it just lends some credence to what Andy was saying. Look at his touch map. Look at him. Most of the time, he was in the other half.
He's moving, but is he influencing the game? Is he impacting the game?
That's what the heat map says. It says Martial and Paul Pogba had been responsible for most of United's attacking work down the left, as their combined touch map shows. And I noticed it myself. The strategy changed in the second half, where the play moved a little bit further to the right, with Valencia and Alexis Sanchez trying to create stuff from there. But in the end, you've got to credit these guys. Guys, we've had fun doing this. We are prepping for the last bit of football for the day, and our friends at the BBC will be helping us with that. But we've got one more time to say congratulations. Let's just take one call or so, on the go as we go. One or two. Hi there, talk to us. Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
We love you too. We're here to serve you.
I love you too. I agree. I agree.
Oh shit. Alrighty. Oh shit.
Okay, welcome, Bobby. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, happy married life.
We're happy. Is that calling? Yeah. Thank you so very much.
Happy married life to him.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can get one more. Hi there. Talk to us.
They don't see us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Laba, how you doing? Good evening. Oh, good afternoon.
Good night.
Good afternoon. Local government.
Okay.
Yes, so congrats.
I see. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. One last call. Hi there. Talk to us. Yes, please, my brother. Welcome, Babari. I like to say Babari Babake.
Babami.
Yeah, I always like to say Babari Babake. We hail you right back.
Babala.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. I think. Thank you very much, Babadiri Babake. God bless you. Sylvia has a different opinion, I guess.
Well, about throwing stones, I think both of them were flinging at each other. They were throwing missiles at each other. I don't think there's any one person you can point fingers at. But can I just say something about to state how bad the situation is for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Chelsea are now fifth. They're out of the top four. They're now 2 points behind Tottenham. And to make matters worse, their next 2 Premier League games won't be easy. They'll be playing against Manchester City and then against a derby against.
And they have
Crystal
Barcelona
Palace.
still to play.
So it's the situation now is very, very bad. I mean, had they gotten a draw in this game, it would have been a whole lot better. But now it's a dire situation.
It's a dire situation, and Mama, quite justifiably so, will mourn the Chelsea situation now. It's not marginal. Look at him. That's the line. That's the offside line.
I think that's Lindelof for someone who has a foot.
He's completely inside the line, not outside it.
Yeah, but it was way ahead of the other United players.
No, but it was
way ahead.
It was a foot. The United player stopped a foot out.
Even VAR would have been confused.
Yeah,
we saw what happened against Huddersfield United.
United couldn't be bothered. They'd be celebrating this. Congratulations, United. 3 points in the kitty. They confirm their position second on the log. A vital victory for them. Sylvia, nice doing business with you today.
Absolutely happy and pleased to be here.
Yeah, how does your voice sound in the background of this Man United anthem?
Oh, well, I think... Come on, you don't have to make me feel that bad. This line na turn by turn, and they talk every time. Turn by turn, your turn to come.
We love our own Sylvia. Bolaniwa, we gotta go.
My game is fair play. You deserve a hug, Sylvia. Fair play.
Foes,
better luck next time.
Very friendly foes. Well, the man who sat in the middle of it all, Bucci, couldn't be bothered. But I know somehow, when Chelsea are playing, you are torn. As an Arsenal fans hate Chelsea a lot. They prefer Man United, but Arsenal fans also hate Jose Mourinho a lot.
I prefer Chelsea.
You still prefer Chelsea?
For 2 reasons. I love that man they call Conte, and also Giroud. Them I have to like them.
Yeah.
I think I like Chelsea. Under Mourinho, I think Chelsea. They like
Chelsea fans. A lot of Chelsea fans would have been divided.
I can't like a snake.
Yeah.
If you're a snake and you swallow money, I will like you. I can't like a snake. What
if it's a monkey that has more money?
A monkey, I'll take monkey. Now Smarty will take big fast.
Oh, this line.
We saw a very nice game. I was expecting a very, very boring game, but it was actually the opposite. 3 goals in the game. Go enter 1.5 enter. The other put them go chop money today. The aim of this thing is for people to be happy. I think both fans should be happy. I think Chelsea fans can't tell for them because I think they said well. They did so well in the first half. Conte just messed the game up in the second half. But good one for them. They have Barca in the Champions League. It's not going to be easy for them, and also Manchester City, Chelsea right now. Bad for them. A good one for United, especially that man they call Lukaku. And nobody was giving him praises here. I think he deserves more accolades, and he played a very good game. 1 goal, 1 assist in this game. I think the fans should go online, especially on Twitter, and hail him. One person play bad, you criticize him. When he plays good, you also hail him. That's the way the football go. Can't wait for the next one. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Femi, if Arsenal win, first now win.
Oh boy! And we can't go without reading Adeyemi's WhatsApp message from Ijebu Mushin, and he says, "Good evening, Femi and the gang. You guys are doing a very good job, even going to the extent of inviting an opposite sex to discuss football, and she vibrating very well. I appreciate you guys."
I don't know who you were looking at. I didn't vibrate. Nothing made me vibrate. They didn't do enough. They didn't do enough to make me vibrate.
We know what can make you vibrate.
All right, guys. Tunde Abdul Salam has been the guy working behind the lines. He didn't talk at all today. I'm sure he's as happy as a beaver on the night. He worked alongside Harry and Kolako and the other guys of our digital team to ensure we gave you another amazing live broadcast on Facebook and all of that. Thank you very much for being a part of that broadcast as we go forward. Emmanuel Etim will be driving our last batch of programming.
The full house.
Yeah, full house. Full house.
Yeah.
Alex is in the house.
Alexis. I said Alexis.
Where's that little boy called Chidibere? He's also in the house.
Yeah.
It's a massive house. So much yet to expect. We are Femi and the Gang. Thank you for being a total part of this.